What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Thank you for tuning in to another episode of Cooking with Whiskey. Today we are doing tacos El Pastor, which are my favorite to cook, favorite to eat at restaurants too. And it's fun to make at home. Forgive me, my English ain't that great. I do my best. I did make a video last week. It was super windy here, and it was just tough with the audio. And got sunglasses on today. It's super nice out, but the wind's kind of blowing and it's getting my allergies all jacked up, if that's a technical term, a medical term. So, sunglasses today, bear with me. So, we got to get started with the marinade for the pork. So, El Pastor is it's a chili marinade with pineapple juice. So we got to get started on that. Let me bring you on down here. So I got some dried chili pods. These are California chilies. Now generally you would use a guajillo pepper for this recipe. As usual, my store never has what I have, what I need. So this is what I got. So they are dried chilies, as you see. Hard. So I'm gonna need about 4 of them. We'll just get all the big ones. And you want to get the seeds out. Now a lot of people say, okay, the seeds make it hotter. I don't know if I believe any of that, but they just don't really cook down that well, so I'm gonna get rid of them. You just cut them up a little bit. So you can see the chili, the seeds are already popping out. I mean, they're just, give them a shake. It's like a tambourine. Down by the river. I'm more of a guitar player, but you know, I can play some drums. I don't know. There is rhythm to tangerine. Is it tangerine? Tambourine? Fuck. Alright. Enough of that. So, you see if there's any big cut parts of the core. You want to get those out. You can kind of hear it. So there's a couple in there. I ain't gonna worry about that. And so what we do from here is we're just gonna go put it on that. Simple. I'm gonna go on the smoker. The pellet smoker's up to 350 degrees. Just going to throw them on there. And they're gonna reconstitute and they're gonna come back to life basically. And once they're nice and pliable, we're gonna throw it on the blender. Make a sauce. There's a 10-second rule. So they go on here. Boom, 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 boom. About 5 minutes. Welcome back. About 5 minutes, or until they're pliable. It might take a little longer, but you'll know when it becomes to pepper again. Basically, it's not all dried. Well, you know what it is. So at that point, we're going to begin making the rest of the sauce, and I will see you then. Alright folks, we're back. Let's get to making this marinade. I'm going to grab these California chilies off the smoker and we'll get this going. Like I said, when you get them off, they'll be pliable, and that's what you're looking for. So they were hard as a rock before, now that's what you're looking for. So we're going to get everything going on here in the blender. Those go. And all the other cool stuff's gonna go. I like garlic, so I'm gonna go with a couple tablespoons. Adjust the garlic the way you like it. I think the recipe calls for a tablespoon of garlic powder, but I'm gonna go fresh and a couple tablespoons. I'm gonna do equal parts salt, pepper, cumin, 1 tablespoon. This is a teaspoon, so I'm going some hefty, large size. My YouTube culinary skills. Pepper, tablespoon. Tablespoon of salt. This is kosher salt. Use whatever salt you got. And 3 tablespoons of ancho chili powder. You could use ancho paste if you got it. If you have it in your store. I just happen to have this big ass thing, so I'm going to use that. With a little bit of olive oil, maybe a tablespoon. Now the good stuff. This is what makes al pastor. Al pastor. Cup of pineapple juice. Three-quarter cup white vinegar. Now that everybody's in the pool, we're gonna get her going in the blender. I forgot one thing. Chipotle. That's optional. I like it. This is a 7-ounce jar. It's all going in. I like the smoky. I like the heat. If you don't like chipotles, hey man, that's okay. Leave it out. All right. Let's give her another puree here. Now, we gotta get the meat sliced up. So traditionally this is done with the pork butt, which is fine, but since we're doing it easy street taco style, I got like a 4-pound pork loin. It's quicker to cook, and that sounds good to me. Let's get started. All right, so we got about a 4-pound pork loin. I'm gonna trim some fat off it and get sliced up. You don't wanna go pretty thin, about like 1/4 inch, you know. You'll see once we start putting this all together. But let's check this out. We're gonna get it out of this wrapper here. Sharp knife, always important. There's always a bunch of fluid in these bags. Try to avoid it getting all over the place if you can. See, there's a little bit of fat right here. We don't need none of that. That's not going to do any good for nobody. So we're just going to take it off. You can usually tell when it's fat you don't want to eat, or it won't break down. It doesn't want to come off. It's got that silver skin on it. Soft fat will cook down. Silver skin it won't, and it won't let the marinade get through the meat either, so you just want to get rid of it. Now you don't want to go too crazy on it. Fat will help tenderize. We'll keep it moist. It's a word a lot of people don't like, but keeps it juicy. But it's the silver skin that's probably the biggest thing you want to remove. Sometimes you just got to get under there. It's like you might lose a little meat, but trust me, it's worth it, because no one wants that chewy bite. Just gonna come in there and get it off. A sharp knife will help. You won't lose as much of the stuff that you're actually paying for, which is the meat. So I think this looks pretty good to me. Maybe one more little strip over here, and I think this will probably be all I'm going to take off. Then we're going to go, I said nice 1/4 inch slices. So a sharp knife will definitely help you a lot in this. Obviously, if you put it in the freezer for about 30 minutes, that'll help you a lot. My knife's pretty sharp, so it's not a big deal, but if you put it in the freezer for like 30 minutes, it will definitely help making thinner slices. So I would highly recommend doing that as well, especially if you don't have a sharp knife. I'm gonna go ahead and get all this cut up, and I'll see you guys back when it's time to finish it off. It's ready. It's time to get that marinade on this pork and get it going. Sorry, it's a little parched. Let me bring it on down here first. Oh wait, let's check this out. Let's check out this cool sauce we made here, the marinade. Gotta give it a taste. It's your last chance, man. You gotta give it a try. Here's more pineapple. Another 1/2 cup. Whip that around for a second. It's making Texas margaritas. That's it. That's it. It's got some kick though. Now I'm gonna try to keep it together like this, and you'll see what I do next. So I'm going to skewer it, kind of do how they do the El Pastor tacos in the restaurants when it's on a spit and it's vertical. Well, I'm going to do horizontal though. It's going to be cool. So let's go on with the sauce. Got some reserve. Now this is going to hang out for about 2 hours. Now, being that you're all smarter than me and you weren't doing a YouTube video, I would let this go overnight, but I'm going to do 2 hours and we're going to put it together, and I will see you then. All right, so we're back. The pork's been marinating in that awesome sauce that we made. Now we got to get it on the grill. I'm going to bring it on down here so you can check out what we got to do next. So here's that. Yeah. I almost want to eat this right now. Don't. Obvious. Now we're going to cut this onion up And I'm going to show you what we're just going to use the pieces that we need for now, and we're going to reserve for later. You'll see it later on. So we just want to cut off the ends, the tops, and the bottom. We're going to save this for the tacos. So you can peel this off, doesn't really matter. You're not going to eat it. So that one I peel, I'll leave this one on. Got some skewers. Wood skewers. If you got steel skewers, do it. Rebar, whatever you got. You just want to start putting this together. And what I like to do is, like, I try to like keep them together as well as I could when I sliced it, so it'll be easier to skewer together to go on the pit. So get a nice handful like this first. And run them through. Yep. Don't stab yourself like I just did. It's only pain. It's temporary. Ah! Get them in there. Flip her over. And keep doing the same thing. See, the cool thing about this, when you cut them super thin like this, like I said about 1/4 inch slices, some of these are thinner, like 1/8 inch. Sharp knives help. It's gonna cook way faster. So this is pork loin. This is generally done with like a pork butt. But I'm thinking, you know, super quick, super easy street tacos that anybody could do at home. This is a good way to do it because it's gonna cook faster because it's more tender. And I'm thinking, I got the grill preheated to 300 degrees. And I'm thinking it's gonna take somewhere between 2 and 3 hours. Maybe just 2. We'll see. But I'm gonna shoot for 165 degrees. If you're doing pork butt, you'd probably want to shoot for 185. But that's where I'm going with right now, just off the top of my head. We'll see how it goes. Yeah, this is the messy part. And I just ran out of my gloves too. But you know, sometimes you just gotta get dirty. So it's all the layering. Now I'm gonna get as much as I can on here. If I can't get it all, and if you guys can at home, depending on how much you use, that's all good. You can save it for sandwiches, cook it up on the frying pan the next day, and it'll be right as rain. But I just got enough, so I'll make sure you get it on the skewer. Look at that. Whoa. Now here's what we want to use these ends of. So if you guys seen this done traditionally, it's done vertically, like I said earlier. We're going to use these onion caps to kind of hold it all together. You just push them on the skewers, boop, just like so. Now this other end's not sharp, so this might be more difficult. Let's see how it goes. Should have got my knife out and sharpened it. Oh, but I think it's gonna work. It's gonna work. Yep. I think, oh, it did. Look at that. Make sure you have like paper towels handy. It's very important. So go put it on the grill. I'm gonna take you with me. Let's go. Woo! I know it's scary. It's like flying up in the sky. That wasn't too bad. All right. Excuse me. Look at that. That's the thing of beauty. It's gonna go on for a while, and then we'll check back with you soon. Later. All right, folks, really quick. While this pork is finishing off, it's almost done. I'm gonna get some of these veggies chopped up. Some cilantro, some onions. Let's check it out. I'm sure y'all know how to do it, but let's do it together. Cilantro. Knife. Now, the trick is you want to kind of bundle it up. Kind of helps. Real thin. As thin as you can do it without cutting your fingers off. Like that. Spin it around. Hit it again from the other side. So it's fine. And for you folks that don't like cilantro, don't use it. Use lettuce. Whatever you guys like. Now, like I said earlier, the onion that we reserved, because we only use the top and the bottom. We're gonna get that sliced up nice and fine as well. If you ever had street tacos, that's how you get it. If you haven't, well, that's a good video to watch because everything's nice and finely chopped. It's very thin. So a lot of people will go with their knife and come in on the side like so. Okay. And you come down like this, vertically. And then you'll get nice, real small shots. See that? I'll just start shredding apart. When you get down to the end where you're almost going to cut your finger off, that's where you stop. You just hit it really lightly. Switch it around. If you got a few big pieces like that, just mash it up. Get in there. I think people are overthinking stuff, man. You just gotta cook. Don't be overwhelmed or intimidated. It's just cooking. It's just food. Once you get everything chopped up like this, you start getting some serving places. I don't even know if that's even a word. Serving places, serving dishes, serving platters. Yeah, getting close. Now we just gotta wait till we get the pork off, and I'll see you back then. All right, folks, we're back here at the end. It's done. Now we gotta unwrap it, cut it up, and make some tacos. Let's check it out. So if you guys remember, cut it up nice and thin and put on those skewers. Oh man, look at that. Check that out. Super thin. We gotta take out the skewers though, because no one wants to eat that, right? Oh, they're pretty good. Yep. Dude, look at that. Look at that color. That's awesome. So we kind of did it the way, you know, like the Mexican restaurants do it, like on a spit, but we did it on a barbecue, and it's how you guys do it at home too. You don't have to have an expensive rotary vertical cooker thing. I'm sure that's not the right word. All right, let's build this thing. Dude, look how thin that is. So you just want to take like little slices off. Just like they do in the restaurants. Just little bitty, just little slices like that. Yeah. And I got some tortillas I did on the grill. Loaded up. Onions. Cilantro. By the way, I cut all this up off camera because you guys don't need to see all that, but I'm sure you know how to do it. This is Oaxaca cheese. If you don't like Oaxaca, that's okay, don't use it. It's very similar. It's like a Mexican Parmesan. So if you don't like it, don't use it. But if you like street tacos, this is how you're gonna get it. And here's some of that reserve marinade we made earlier. I'm gonna put a little bit of this on here. Now we gotta give it a try. Whenever I go to an authentic Mexican place, Mexican restaurant, this would always order. And I love making it at home. And I'm pretty excited to try it right now. So what really gets you is the texture of the pork, because it kind of gets browned over, kind of seared, so it's got some nice texture on the outside, but it's super flavorful and it's super tender. But what gets you is that sauce, that marinade we made earlier. It's sweet and spicy. It just, all the things that you want, right? It's like, it's. And then like the cheese and the cilantro, it just ties it all together. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. You guys gotta do this at home. It's a super easy way to make street tacos at home. Don't be afraid of trying this kind of stuff. You can do it on your own, at your own house. Give it a shot. We'll see you in the next one. Later.